Okay, so now going into different types of movements that we teach, and we're going to start with the teaching of our high rip series. And there's three things that we teach off of the high rip, and is all predicated off of where the location of the quarterback is when we attempt to move. Guys have to have a good feel for where the quarterback is, whether they need to counter, or if they can continue to work the initial move that they attempt. So in this high rip here, the first thing we're going to teach is the actual move itself. So in this, it is a high rip. Yeah, all we're going to do is a one hit command, and we just make a hit command, and we want guys to attempt getting that rip up high. We want to try to throw the hip into our opponent. Okay, snap the rip, high rip, right above your hat, and then we want to snap the hip. You can see number 59 and number 90 right here to the left of your screen, and number 91 for that matter, doing a good job getting that rip up high and snapping their hip as they attempt to throw the move. All right, so that's the high rip. Okay, and again, it is a same arm, same leg movement here. So if I'm using the right arm, I should be stepping with my right leg. Okay, here is the move in practice here. Okay, you can see we attempt to throw the high rip. Okay, and I'm going to rewind this here for a second. I want to talk about our principles of rush. Right, there are two principles that we teach. The first principle is what we call the tackle set line. Right, and in that principle, basically all we're saying is there's an imaginary point that's 4 yards up the football field, right behind that outside foot of the offensive tackle. We want to race to that imaginary point. Okay, and if we can beat the guy to that imaginary point, we will. Okay, we will. All right. The second point, which I'll get to when I get to an inside interior rusher, is what we call square principle. But in the tackle set line, we're racing to that imaginary set point, right? And that is the junction point. If I can beat him to that point, I'm going to have a great chance of success. So here, Drew Jordan attempts to throw a rip right here. He got that rip up high, lean and trying to snap the hip into the guy. If the quarterback is still high and in front of us, we will continue to strain and we'll continue to work to try to get to the sweet spot. Okay, so that is your high rip. Okay, now Drew moves down inside as an interior rusher. Now, the principle that we teach to our interior guys, we talk about square principle. Okay, so you have the tackle set line for the outside guys. You have square principle for the inside guys. So now, if you were to imagine this being a checkerboard, all right, we want to attack unoccupied squares. Okay, so right now, this would be an unoccupied square right here. Okay, so this right here would be an unoccupied square. I want to attack unoccupied squares. All right. We talked about how the tackle's set on a vertical plane. Well, on the interior, these guys set on a horizontal plane. Okay. So if he is going to attack me on a horizontal plane, I want to race him to that imaginary set point. Okay. I want to race him to that imaginary point. Okay. And if I can beat him, to the point, I'm going to continue to work till I get to the level of the quarterback, in which case I'll counter at the level. Okay. If he beats me to the point, right, that is when I need to counter. And you'll see some counters on here that will come up here off of this principle. But right now, okay, still talking about that high rip. Okay. If the quarterback is still high and in front of us, I can continue to work my rip. Right, I want to try to snap my hip into my opponent. I want to get good body lean, all right, and then I want to finish. Everything we talk about is finishing. The 55, alignment, assignment, effort, execution, and finally finish. Okay. So now this next one is an inside rusher here again. All right, still talking about the rip move. Okay, so I attack that unoccupied square. All right, I still can work vertically. All right, I get some separation, punch and extend. Right, punch and extend to separate, and then I want to snap the rip. I want to get that rip up high. I want to snap my hip. I want to continue to strain, and I want to work the finish. All right, that's a good job right there, working that rip move. Okay, working that power rip. Okay, high rip, snap the hip, high rip, snap the hip. All right, so now this next segment right here, okay, now we're going to start to get into some of our counter moves off of our rip. And in this first one, okay, all counters are all predicated off of our relationship to the quarterback as we attempt to make our move. So we have two counters we teach off of the rip. The first counter right here is the quarterback is still in front of us, all right? I'm still getting movement on my rip, okay? But, you know, I'm starting to get hung up a little bit, all right? If I start to get hung up and the quarterback is still high in the pocket and I can continue to work, I'm going to take that rip out and I'm going to take that shoulder away. So now in this one, this is a 2-hit command. So we go hit, hit. Again, if I use my right arm, if I use my right arm, my right foot should be working. If I use my left arm, my left foot should be working. And I'm going to look to get that toe pointed in the direction that I need to go. That is the radical angle portion of it that we talk about. All right. So now, all right, the first hit, I want to take that rip out. I want to abort the rip, take it out. All right. And then the second hit, we're going to take it away. Okay. Hit, hit. Okay, take that shoulder away, and then you can see number 74, 96, and 51 right here to the middle and to the right of your screen, doing a great job taking that rip out, getting that toe pointed, right? Taking it out, taking that shoulder away, getting that toe pointed, that radical angle that we talked about trying to create, all right? Hit, hit is the command, and that is how we teach it, okay? The first hit, get the rip up high. We're getting stuck. Take it out, take it away. Take it out, take it away. Take it out, take it away. All right, so here it is. All right, here it is in practice right here. Okay, you heard us talk about it, how we apply the drill to teach it. Okay, here it is in principle. So we are now in a game right here where we're running the next stunt. So our end is the penetrator. We teach for our penetrators, we want to slap rip, right, and get our pads down low. Okay, so we teach the rip move as a part of our game system. Okay, you got the defensive tackle working away to try to create some space for our end to get in to his crease. Okay, so now I attempt to throw the rip, right, and the guard comes back and slams the penetrator, slows us down. We're getting hung up, but the quarterback is still in front of me, still in my sights. But I'm getting hung up on the rip. I got to take that rip away, right? Take it out, take it away, take it out, take it away, take it out, take it away, all right, for a counter. So that's how we teach the counter off of the rip move, okay? Here it is from a tight shot, all right? We attempt to throw that rip, okay? We get hung up, take it out, take it away, and there it is, okay? All right, now, here you can see our tackle set. Square principle right here from an interior. So now we attempt to make a rush. Okay, we attempt to make a rush, and that offensive lineman. Okay, as we attempt to make the rush, that offensive lineman now jumps into our square. Okay, he jumps into our square. Now we got a counter. Okay, we got a counter. We want to go back to the unoccupied square. Okay, so this is a good shot of when we talk about square principle, exactly what we mean. Well, what do you mean by square principle, coach? Well, we want to attack unoccupied squares, okay, when we're rushing on the interior. So, all right, unoccupied square. So I go to attack. He jumps into that square. I want to go where he came from. Okay, I want to work edges. I never want to work down the middle. We never talk about a bull rush. Okay, a bull. We never talk about a bull rush. We wanna work edges. Okay, we want to work edges. So if I ever get to a position where I'm nose to nose, I want to adjust and get to an edge, all the while working towards the quarterback. Okay, so now we work it, we throw the rip. Okay, but we're getting hung up. We're not quite having the success. So we worked. The first part of the counter was to not allow him to get nose to nose. So I worked to the open square. The second part of it, I attempted to throw the rip. Quarterback is still high and within my sights. All right. So now I'm going to take that rip out, right? Take that rip out, take that shoulder away. And there's your radical angle right there, which I'll show you from a tight shot in a second. Okay. So all of these things, right? We talk about trying to build the ability to have bend, balance, and burst. Okay. Is critical. There it is. There's your radical angle right there. Get that toe pointed. Why are radical angles important? So that you don't get driven beyond the level of the quarterback, right? Never beyond the level. I want to be able to get radical, be able to adjust, have bend, balance, and burst from that position, okay? And then the final part here of our teaching of our rip move, okay, is what we call the ice pick. All right. And again, is in relationship to where the quarterback is when I attempt to move. So if I attempt to throw a high rip and the quarterback is starting to step up into the pocket, or if I'm starting to feel myself getting pushed beyond the level of the quarterback, now I want to lower my center of gravity, right? I want to throw the ice pick. All right. And I want to put him in my jet stream and I want to accelerate to the quarterback. Okay, so again, this counter is a 2-hit command. So the first hit, right, we attempt to rip, okay, and now the quarterback is starting to step up. He's out of my sights. He's starting to step up into the pocket. I'm feeling myself getting driven by. I want to sit, throw the ice pick, and accelerate to the quarterback. Okay, so again, we teach the move, we teach the counter, and then we try to apply it, and here we're going to show you another example of it. So now we attack the tackle set line. Pretty good set right here by the offensive tackle. He's under control. He's square, right? He's putting his body in between myself and the quarterback. Okay, it's a pretty good set. But now I got to always know where the quarterback is. I'm getting driven beyond the level, never beyond the level. I want to lower my center of gravity, throw the ice pick, and accelerate through. And again, radical angles, right? Look at that toe. We got to get that toe pointed, okay? Point the toe. The hips will open in the direction that the toes point, all right? So we are constantly trying to harp on those things so that our guys understand the importance of pointing your toe to accelerate with bend, balance, and burst, all right? So here is again from an interior, working our square principle. All right. Again, offensive linemen are either going to create contact or they're going to initiate contact or create space. Right. So if they're initiating contact is run, if they're creating space is pass. In this case, he's retreating, creating space. I got to close the distance in the first phase of the rush. All right. I don't want to ever get driven by the quarterback. All right. If I feel myself getting driven by, I want to throw the ice pick as my counter, okay? And here I'm going to accelerate to the quarterback, okay?